Hi, I'm Charlie, I'm back, and I have a crippling problem with buying video games that I'll never play. When you buy a bunch of video games, you're bound to buy games that you'll never play. You're a video game collector, goddammit. You like spending lots of money on games that sit on your shelf all day long. It's the beauty of buying video games. Of course, whenever I buy a game, I always have the intention to play the game. But once you start buying random crap like Hell's Kitchen for the Nintendo Wii, then you start to realize you're never gonna play this junk. Until now. Oh my god. So because of this random junk, your backlog starts to build up, and then you get to my point where you've never played some critically acclaimed games because you're too busy playing New Super Mario Bros. Wii for the 10th time. But I thought I should eventually try some games from my backlog because why not? I love video games, and those are some of them. Metroid Prime Remastered. What else can be said? A lot can be said actually. I've never played a Metroid game. I've owned Metroid Prime 3 and Dread for a while, but I've never really thought about playing any of them. I have this problem with many Nintendo franchises. It took me well over a year to try Pikmin for the first time after buying all 4 main entries, and you know what? I enjoyed them. Granted, I'm still going through the first one, but it shows me that anything can be great. I just need to try it. So let's pop in Metroid Prime Remastered and check it out. Metroid Prime is actually a GameCube game, so I'm not imagining the Switch version to look that good. See, last time they ported a GameCube game to the Switch was Super Mario Sunshine, where all they did is they upgraded the visuals just a tiny bit and made it in widescreen. So there's no chance that Metroid Prime can look that good. Holy shit! So Metroid Prime Remastered looks like a game that could have been released today, even though it is exactly the same as its GameCube counterpart. This technology is incredible! It's some of the best I've seen on the Switch, and it's a game that came out years ago. But the game itself? What do I think about it? It's pretty good. For my first Metroid game, wow, I really hit it out of the park. Metroid Prime reminds me of Nintendo's version of Halo. And normally, I'm not a Halo guy, but this thing rocks. Of course, I mainly played through the tutorial, but this game really hooked me. The amount of different abilities you can use in this game was a lot of fun to go through, but there's one thing I don't like. No! Switching between your normal vision and the vision to check things is just annoying. For the amount of times that you have to change between the two, I just got really sick of it. Maybe it works better on a GameCube controller compared to a Nintendo Switch controller, but I can't really see how that would make much of a difference. Donkey Kong Country, oh crap, wait. Banjo-Kazooie, oh, wait, is that still not it? Oh, Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. This game is inspired by many of Rare's Nintendo games, being the sequel to the older game Yooka-Laylee, which is also on my backlog. But I only have it digitally, so it doesn't count. I had a look at some of the reviews of this game before I played it, and people loved it. I had a lot of faith in this game. Everyone's telling me this game is gonna be a lot of fun, so I'm gonna love it. This game sucked! Alright, it didn't suck, but this game is just a nothing game to me. You know those basic platformers that companies make for already existing properties like Toy Story 3 or even like a Skylanders game? It's just like those games. Nothing. I thought this game was going to be something, anything interesting, but it was just a very basic platformer with not much to go for it. I will say, I loved the idea that the Impossible Lair was a level that you could play at any point in your gameplay throughout the game, making it up to you when you want to complete the game, and changing the way that you play video games as a whole. But I'm still not really a fan of this game. And the load times, my god! Maybe it's just the Nintendo Switch version, but waiting for this game to load anything takes forever. Now I haven't gotten that far into like older Rare games, so I may not just understand what this game is trying to be and what it was going for, but the game just wasn't doing it for me, man. So that's why I went to hell. Hasbro Family Game Night, a party game for the Wii that had 6 of the best Hasbro games ever made in the worst possible way. I always wanted this game when I was younger because I was a huge fan of the Toy Story franchise, and this game had Mr. Potato Head on the cover. So I somehow thought that even though Mr. Potato Head was his own character that's completely unrelated to the Toy Story franchise, it would have something to do with Toy Story. And I think that's what Hasbro wanted you to think. See, another game that came out at around this time was a party game for the Wii known as Toy Story Mania, a Toy Story party game for the Wii that eventually became a Disneyland ride, with Mr. Potato Head being the host of the game.
So I guess you got me, Hasbro.
Hasbro Family Game Night ended up becoming a long-running series of Wii games leading to an entire TV show. Was the TV show any good?
Hell no!
The show was so bad that to this day, a lot of the show is lost media, with no one being able to find it at all. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to play Family Game Night for the Wii!
What the f***?
This game is one of the slowest Wii games I have ever played. The fact that this game is somehow on the same console as Super Mario Galaxy and The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword shocks me to no end. I have no idea how this game ever got released. Who released it?
EA?
That explains it. EA and many other companies release some of the worst video games ever created on the Wii. This is known as shovelware, and a large chunk of it is in my backlog. But there's always going to be something stupid about these games. They're all slow, they're all bad. I'm never going to play any of these. I need to try something else. Oh boy, did I miss a big one. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I never played this game. I got it around a year ago and it's sat on my shelf collecting dust ever since. At the time I was more excited to play some other games that I got, but with Kirby it was just kind of this other game. I didn't really care for it. But that all changed when I played through Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. I played through this game in around 4 hours and I loved every second of it. I had played through a little bit of Kirby's Epic Yarn at one point, but this was a whole new thing. I've never been against Kirby, I've just never really given the man a chance. And for that, Kirby, I'm sorry. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is incredible. I only got to play a quick bit of this game before my controller died, but everything about this game was fantastic. Beautiful, even. I really like the idea of taking Kirby into an Earth-like area, putting him in 3D for the first time, and making this beautiful thing. It truly feels like this is what Kirby was meant to be. This is true Kirby, and I am so proud of him. Being able to turn into cars, vending machines, cones, what an incredible idea. This game just feels like Super Mario Galaxy, like it's the Super Mario Galaxy of the Kirby series. See, Super Mario Galaxy felt almost like a complete recreation of what Mario was always meant to be, being this magical, incredible adventure that has never been seen before in the Mario universe. That's what this is. Some Kirby games keep you on Kirby's normal planet, but this game sends you out there and creates some of the best Kirby gameplay I have ever played. I'm always going to be a Mario guy, but after checking out some other platformers such as the Kirby games and the early Sonic games, I can really see how some of these games are just fantastic. Now of course there are other games that are on my backlog that I've never played, such as Red Dead Redemption and Halo 3, and maybe I'll get to them one day, but I think for now I'll just stick to my classic Nintendo games that I never played. It's just what I enjoy more, man.
Sometimes video games are just fun to buy. Like, that's why I own, like, Real World Golf. But you never really expect to play half of these things. Like, am I ever gonna play Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, but specifically an American version that's almost completely destroyed? No! But luckily, I don't have any games that I've never played digitally, so I should be fine. Oh God.